Welcome to another episode of Solitaire Quest, episode 27. And I realize I don't do this often enough, but I haven't been doing it often enough. I've been forgetting to do it. And I apologize for the